Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this random cliff in California, I guess. We're hanging out here today. Our plan is to kind of just spend the whole day here, and it's an absolutely gorgeous day. We got visibility for miles, flat calm seas, and we got some sun. So we're just hanging out here, seeing what we can find. The coastal waters of California are great for a couple different species. We could see bottlenose dolphin, we could see sea otters, we could see common dolphin way offshore, we could see sea lions, we could maybe see some humpback whales, we could see some great white sharks, we can see a whole plethora of different things just in our coastal waters here. So I'm hanging out with my best bud here. This is my little pup, Luna. We got our nice little setup here. This is absolutely crucial when you spend all day hanging out at a cliff. So we got a chair here, drone, backpack, water, snacks, all that stuff. So we're doing just fine, but look at this view. Absolutely stunning. These birds flying by. Hello, gulls. So yeah, as you can see, it's an absolutely beautiful day out. We're just gonna hang out and see what we can find. A lot of the species I can see with my eyes here as I kind of scan the area, so I'm definitely going to be keeping a lookout there. But some of the other species, like sharks perhaps, we will probably have to find with a drone. They're pretty tough to spot with your eyes, but with the drone you can look down on them and kind of scout the area here. So I think that's going to be our first step here. We're going to throw up the drone and kind of scan the outer kelp beds here for great white sharks. So let's do it. Okay, we're going to throw up the drone here and see what we can find. The visibility is actually insane. Oh my gosh. This top-down viz is just incredible. You can see the entire ocean floor here in the coastal waters. Beautiful. Pretty rare here to see visibility this good. California's coast can get pretty murky, but it can definitely clear up from time to time as well, and that's what we seem to have today. Absolutely perfect visibility. Wow, it's so clear here you can actually see a bait ball of fish nestled within the kelp bed. Look at that. Stunning. Now these coastal waters are super important for a plethora of different species. A lot of fish species start out in these kelp beds, they grow up in these kelp beds, and then as they reach adulthood, they kind of move out and face the open ocean themselves. But these kelp beds are super crucial to a whole plethora of different species. Great white sharks, sea otters, calico bass are in here. Coastal bottlenose dolphins, super important in these kelp beds. And it's always nice to see a nice kelp bed flourishing here in our coastal waters. See a lot of this eelgrass too, this green eelgrass, also another very important species. It acts as a nursery for a lot of fry, a lot of fish fry, smaller juvenile fish. They're able to hide in this eelgrass here, and it's super healthy, looks beautiful, and protecting our coastal waters is always important. Look at how gorgeous this grass is, eelgrass. Okay, let's see what we got here. Just again gonna scan the outer kelp beds here, and we're just looking for things that might catch your eye. A lot of this stuff is free floating kelp, but sometimes that's what a shark looks like, and you'll be flying the drone and be like, oh, just another piece of kelp, and then you see it moving and you're like, oh no, that is not kelp, that is an apex predator of the ocean. Pretty quiet so far, but again, that could change any second. Okay, let's try some of these outer waters real quick, see if we can find some activity out here off the coast a little bit. See, like this piece of kelp looks like, oh no, see, look, that'll get you. See, that looks like a shark from a bit away, and you get up to it and it is definitely not a shark. Oh cool, look at this. This is there's a cormorant feeding on it. That's super cool. There's a giant bait ball of anchovies here just offshore, and there's a cormorant feeding on it. Look at that cormorant. Oh, look at the fish move around the cormorant. That is so cool. A cormorant is a species of diving seabird Probably see them along the coast if you live here in California. Look at how big that bait ball is. Oh man, so beautiful. Look at the size of that bait ball. I'm surprised there's not more stuff feeding on this thing. There's the cormorant right in the middle there. Let's see if he comes up with a fish. Oh, there he is. Oh, look at the fish moving. So cool. Nice. That's pretty special. I definitely have never filmed this before, but now this is what the Santa Barbara channel is all about. There's a whole bunch of fish here because there's a lot of nutrient upwelling here in our coastal waters. We get a lot of high winds in the spring and summer, which push out warm surface water, which is then replaced with nutrient-rich cold water from the depths. And that's called upwelling, and that's why all the fish are here. They're feeding on all those nutrients, and we got a whole host of predators that are feeding on these fish, this cormorant included. And that is definitely not something I expected to see today, but that is the ocean for you. You never know what you're gonna get. Well, it's certainly not a shark, but that was pretty cool. Looks like the bait ball is sunk out a little bit. Now, let's continue on the search for something a little bit bigger. Been here for a couple hours. It's been pretty quiet so far, but again, that could change in an instant. That cormorant was super cool. Okay, here comes the drone. Got the drone. Did you think that cormorant was as cool as I did? Guess not. Okay, so we've been here for a couple hours and it's been pretty quiet, but we're gonna move around a little bit. There's a couple other spots I like to check here along the coast. So we still got plenty of daylight left, and I am sure we will find something cool. So we just gotta move around a bit, keep our eyes out, and hopefully our good luck charm will pull through. Come on, Luna. Keep an eye out and stop breaking up sticks. Okay, so this spot is not nearly as secluded or as nice as the last one, but I was driving by and I saw some bottlenose. So let's see if we can find them on the drone here. This is the most ghetto setup ever, but it's working. It sure is working. There we go, look at those. So we got a nice family of coastal bottlenose dolphin here. Probably around a dozen individuals. And these dolphins spend their entire lives within a mile of the coast. And they're in here looking for game fish, bait fish, like that cormorant was eating earlier, but absolutely beautiful. Now the visibility here isn't as good as it was in our old spot, but hey, we got some bottlenose here. It all worked out. So this is, again, what you can see off the coast here in California. Just within a couple hours, we got some pretty special stuff. And I feel very blessed to be able to film these guys and live in California. Now, it is unfortunate that these dolphins are susceptible to a lot of human pollution, agricultural runoff. These coastal waters can be full of plastic, full of trash, and it shows in these animals. These animals are apex predators here in the coastal environment. And if you remember back to 7th grade or 8th grade biology, you learned about biomagnification. And when chemicals leach into the environment here, they magnify up the food chain. So it might first get into some of the smaller fish, and then the bigger fish will eat the smaller fish, and then these guys will eat the bigger fish. The concentrations will be the worst in these bottlenose. So these guys are at the mercy of us. That's why we want to keep our coastal waters clean. We want to make sure they have enough food to eat, all that stuff. Oh man, it's so gorgeous. These two rolling around and playing with each other here a little bit. This is a perspective that the drone gives us that is super cool. We're able to see these social interactions between these animals. We're able to check their bodies check to see if they're healthy or skinny or whatnot, but these guys look to be doing pretty good. Man, this water is just stunning. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, those dolphins are getting a little bit out of range, so I'm going to return the drone here. But man, super cool. Find some bottlenose dolphin, coastal bottlenose dolphin. And it just shows you what a day at the cliffs can do for you. Always something good out here. Minus these trucks. Okay, I'm gonna grab this drone. Okay guys, that's pretty much it for me today. A little bit of a different video, but I had so much fun spending the day scouring the cliffs for some marine life. If you like these kinds of videos, I can definitely do more of them, so don't forget to share some love in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.